Look at my face. You can see it, can't you? The fear, the panic, the desperation to scream, to warn, to confess. But I can't. My own hand, pressed against my lips, isn't just a gesture. It's a cage, a self-imposed prison of silence. Because I saw something so horrifying, so utterly beyond anything I could have imagined that it ripped my world apart. And now, the only thing more terrifying than what I witnessed is what happens if I dare to speak. The title of this video isn't a metaphor. It's my reality. I witnessed a crime, a terrible, life-altering crime. And now I'm being silenced, not just by fear, but by a very real, very tangible threat that hangs over my head like a guillotine. If you've ever felt trapped, truly trapped, by something you know, something that burns inside you, then you might understand a fraction of what this feels like. But I pray you never truly do. My life before this was normal, mundane even. I had a decent job, a small apartment, a routine. I liked my quiet evenings, my weekend hikes. I wasn't looking for adventure. I wasn't looking for trouble. I certainly wasn't looking to become an unwilling participant in a nightmare. But sometimes, nightmares find you even when you're doing nothing more than living your ordinary life. It happened late one Tuesday night. I often work late and my office is in a part of town that gets eerily quiet after dark. I was packing up, the last one on my floor. The only sounds, the hum of the fluorescent lights and the distant city traffic. I heard it first, a muffled thud, then a low, guttural cry from downstairs. My stomach clenched. I told myself it was nothing, just a cleaning crew, or maybe something falling. But then I heard it again. A different sound this time. A struggle. A gasp. My first instinct was to call security or the police, but my phone was dead. I'd forgotten to charge it. My heart was pounding. Curiosity, or maybe a twisted sense of civic duty, compelled me. Against every rational thought, I slowly crept towards the stairwell, my steps as light as possible. The sounds were coming from the deserted basement, a storage area hardly anyone ever used. The door was slightly ajar, a sliver of light escaping. I pushed it open just enough to peek through the crack. What I saw, it's burned into my mind. I saw him, the boss. Not my direct boss, but a high-ranking executive in the company. Someone respected. Someone powerful. And he wasn't alone. He was with another man, someone I didn't recognize. And they were... I can't even say the words out loud. Not fully. They were inflicting terrible violence on a third person, a woman. She was already gone, lifeless, and they were disposing of her. My blood ran cold. My entire body went numb. This wasn't a mugging. This wasn't an accident. This was calculated, brutal, and it was being committed by someone I saw in board meetings, someone whose picture was on the company website. The horror of it was overwhelming. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I just watched, paralyzed by terror, as they finished their grim task, wrapping the body, moving with chilling efficiency. I don't know how long I stood there, rooted to the spot, until they finally left, pulling the heavy basement door shut behind them. The silence that followed was deafening, suffocating. My mind screamed at me to run, to call the police, to do something, but my body wouldn't obey. I crept back to my office, grabbed my bag, and somehow stumbled out of the building and into the night. My legs felt like jelly. My vision blurred. All I could see was that scene replaying over and over again. The next few days were a blur of sleepless nights and waking nightmares. Every shadow was a threat. Every sound made me jump. I couldn't eat. I couldn't focus. The weight of what I knew was crushing me. I tried to tell myself I imagined it, that it was a dream, but the gruesome details were too vivid, too real. I thought about going to the police. I drafted statements in my head. But then fear would grip me. He was a powerful man. He had resources. What if he found out? What if no one believed me? What if I became the next victim? Then came the first sign that my silence wasn't being unnoticed. A subtle one at first. An anonymous email, just a few words. Some things are better left unsaid. No sender, no trace. My blood froze. Had they seen me? Was I paranoid? I dismissed it, tried to tell myself it was just a coincidence. But then the calls started. From unknown numbers. Silent calls sometimes. Other times a distorted voice whispering my address or the street I lived on. Always ending with the same chilling phrase. Loose lips sink ships. That's when the terror became absolute. They knew. They definitely knew. My life, my quiet, ordinary life, was over. I was living under a shadow, a constant threat. The executive, the murderer, would pass me in the hallway at work and smile. A chillingly polite, empty smile. My colleagues would chat, oblivious to the monster walking among them and the terrified witness struggling to breathe in their midst. I started seeing shadows everywhere. I changed my route to work. I installed extra locks. I jump at every sound. The weight of this secret, the terror of living with it, is physically debilitating. My job performance is suffering. I can't concentrate. How can you focus on spreadsheets when you're constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering if today's the day they finally decide you're too much of a risk? My conscience screams at me. Every night I see her face, the victim. She deserves justice. But then I see my own face, wide-eyed with terror, and I think of what they're capable of. I think of the threats. I think of how easily they made a human being disappear. What chance do I, an ordinary person, have against someone so ruthless, so protected? This image, this is me in those moments. Mouth agape, a silent scream building in my chest, but my own hand, my own fear stifling it. I can't speak. I can't tell anyone. Not truly. I can't risk it. Not yet. Maybe never. The choice between my own safety and justice for a stranger is tearing me apart. I came to this channel because sometimes the only way to carry an unbearable burden is to whisper it into the void, hoping someone out there hears, hoping someone understands, maybe even hoping someone, somewhere, can offer a glimmer of hope or guidance when you feel utterly alone. If you've ever found yourself in an impossible situation, burdened by a secret you can't share, or battling fear that threatens to consume you, then you know this isn't just a story. It's a desperate plea for connection. If you appreciate these raw, honest accounts of life's darkest moments, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. It helps these stories reach more people who might need to hear them. And if you want to join a community where these difficult truths are shared and understood, hit that subscribe button. It makes a real difference. I don't know what my future holds. I don't know if I'll ever find the courage or the safety to truly speak out. But for now, this is my confession. This is my truth. And this is my desperate, silent scream.